mutual benefit is the theme of this conference, and in my opinion that is an essential component of genuine cross-border cooperation and development. My organisation, the East Border Region, is a genuine, truly cross-border organisation which was established in 1976. And the reason that we have survived despite many difficulties and challenges, not least the Troubles, is because members of East Border Region genuinely believe that the work which we do benefits the people, both north and south. Our role has been to promote cross-border economic development in the areas of enterprise, tourism, environment and infrastructure, but only where the members of East Border Region believe that it makes sense to cooperate. That is key, and in my opinion key to the success of East Border Region. Therefore, local politicians from all the main political parties, both north and south, are members of East Border Region. Indeed, we were the first cross-border organisation to appoint a chair from the Democratic Unionist Party, or should I say that the Democratic Unionist Party decided to become chair of. So, Chairman, cross-party political support for cross-border cooperation, which delivers mutual benefit, is a given within our organisation. The European Union Interreg programme, others have mentioned it, it funds most of our activity, as it should do, as well as our member councils, because without their support we wouldn't exist. And there are 76 Interreg programmes across the European Union. And that demonstrates that the problems we experience in this border area are not unique. People living in any border area are disadvantaged. That's a fact. We have similar problems such as high unemployment, poor infrastructure, low levels of inward investment and lack of a skilled workforce. We could go on. And if you look at these other cross-border programmes across the European Union, Germany, France, wherever, their programmes to address these problems are remarkably similar to ours. So we aim to maximise the amount of cross-border money which comes into our region from that Interreg fund. We've funded enterprise agencies, we've funded county enterprise boards, local authorities, chambers of commerce, colleges, universities, institutes of technology. And really with a view to their programmes assisting small businesses in the cross-border region. And by small businesses, we're talking about typically the less than 10 employees, the owner-manager businesses. And there are many examples which I don't have time to go into. If anyone's interested, www.eastborderregion.com, go on and have a look at some of the work that has been done. So, Chairman, the Northern Ireland border region has come a long way, but there are challenges which face organisations such as ourselves who wish to promote cross-border economic development in 2011. Many of these challenges we can't do anything about. Working within the two different jurisdictions, two different government administrations, the different tax systems, different currencies, the current global economic recession, all issues which we have to deal with but can't really do anything about. But there are challenges facing us today which we can do something about, and indeed the politicians can do something about, both north and south. And they're mainly around the access to this Interreg 4A funding, and in particular the speedy access to the funding. The Interreg 4A programme is €256 million. It's significant, and it can really make a difference to cross-border economic development. But, Chairman, it can take 2 years before a cross-border project receives approval, on some occasions longer. Why should it take so long? Well, the obvious answer is the complexity of EU regulations. We've all heard about it in the news. The process should be simplified. But that's not the reason in this border area why it's taking so long. Let me tell you briefly what happens with any project application. You apply to what most of you will probably have heard of, the Special EU Programmes Body, in the first instance. So your 80-page document goes off to Belfast. However, as there are two governments involved in this cross-border fund, their rules and regulations must also be applied to the approval process here. The EU, the programme Interreg, funds 75% out of the 100% fund. So the other 25% for your project comes from the government departments, both north and south. And it's not even as simple as 12.5, 12.5. That all has to be worked out as well. In short, unless government departments support your cross-border project, forget about it. Chairman, gets worse because when your project lands from SEUPB over to the government departments, whether it's DEDI or DFP, they have to consult their agencies. So Invest Northern Ireland, Enterprise Ireland, NITB, Fáilte Ireland, whoever they deem to be worthy of consultation, they must see your project and approve it. And not just once, but as much as 3 or 4 times with every project. This is resulting in my opinion, unacceptable delays. The centralised approach is sapping cross-border enthusiasm and energy. 2 years later, can you remember what you even applied for? The cross-border element of projects is being lost in government departments. The economists in government departments are looking at our applications, and I wonder if some of them have ever been in the border region. In the harsh global economic climate which we find ourselves in, it's nonsensical that small businesses across the border areas are waiting so long on assistance. In some cases, it may mean the difference between opening the doors next Monday. What is the justification for taking so long to make a decision on a cross-border project? A quick example of how this is detrimental. We've heard about the Memorandum of Understanding that Newry and Mourne and Louth have signed in Brussels in March of this year. Colin Wolfe, he's the head of these 76 Interreg programmes, and he attended the launch of this programme and said, "Brilliant, perfect, I wish other border regions could do what they're doing in Ireland, Northern Ireland." The obvious fund to enable the two local authorities, Newry and Mourne and Louth, to fund their MOU is Interreg. According to Mr Wolfe, this perfect programme. Since March this year, there haven't been any Interreg calls for proposals. Future calls are uncertain. And furthermore, with approvals taking at least a year, and in most cases 2, it is distinctly possible that by the time Interreg money is available, the enthusiasm and the drive within the two local authorities may have gone. It's entirely possible as well that the powers that be in the government departments don't feel like Mr Wolfe and wouldn't support it anyway. What makes this situation more frustrating is that it does not need to be so difficult. The previous programme, the previous cross-border programme, was delivered by local partnerships, local people who know the needs of the border area. They made the decision on the projects. This model worked. Money was on the ground in a matter of months, and as a result, cross-border linkages and networks blossomed. Trust, an essential component of cross-border cooperation, was built. The Deputy First Minister has gone, but I wanted to appeal to him, to the TDs, MP Murphy, MLAs, and anyone with political clout to stand up and be counted. You can make a difference. This doesn't have to be like this. And I ask you to support the Northern Ireland cross-border groups, who comprise all the local authorities in Northern Ireland and the border counties, to ensure that the next round of Interreg funding is delivered locally. The current programming period has demonstrated that the centralised approach does not work. Interreg 5 will be the single largest amount of money available for cross-border economic development. We have the track record of delivering to the people within the region. We know the needs of the regions. Indeed, we consult on a regular basis. So we sincerely believe in the concept of genuine cross-border cooperation, which benefits all the people of the region. Help us to get back to basics, addressing cross-border need in an effective and efficient manner. We're ready and willing, so give us the opportunity. Thank you.